Today we're coming to you right outside Evergreen Lake, and it's pretty obvious as to why Evergreen is one of the top getaways from Denver. But today we're going to be talking about the things that you must know before choosing Evergreen, Colorado for you and your family. Let's go!
Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Living in Denver with your Colorado real estate family, Pete and Chelsea Sweeney.
If you guys haven't done so already, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and also the notification bell. We're doing 2 videos a week now, and we want you to be notified every single time that we put out a new video. Also, we're gonna put our number down below, so if you wanna call or text us, we are answering your phone calls every single day.
Yeah, guys, we actually, we're outside of the Denver Metro today because we had this video requested by one of you. So we're really kind of diving in, approaching it as natives, as a family, and as your local real estate agents helping you purchase homes in Colorado. So here we go and check it out from the sky's view, and we'll be right back. All right, so first things first, for those of you who aren't familiar with Colorado, where is Evergreen at? We're gonna tell you right now, it's about 40 minutes from the heart of Denver. You're gonna take I-70 pretty much out straight from I-25, whether you're coming from the south or the north, or you could take 76 if you're coming from the north, so like you're coming from Thornton or whatever, those areas. Take 76, that eventually turns into 70, all the way to Evergreen. But yeah, you're looking about 40-minute drive from Denver. Real close to the ski slopes too, so we're looking at like 45 minutes to Loveland. If you want to go further, like Vail, you're looking like hour, maybe hour and a half, depending on traffic, but it's pretty centralized in regards to ski slopes or downtown Denver.
Yeah, and then if you're wondering kind of where is it in comparison to elevation, we're about 2,000 feet above Denver. So definitely still quite a bit of a hike up here. So. Oh,
it is for sure. I mean, like I said, Denver, we all know it's the Mile High City, 5280, right? Yep. Up here, you're looking at like between 7,000 and 9,000, depending on where you're at, wherever the homes are at. The further you go kind of this way in Evergreen, the higher you're going to get in elevation, the higher your house is going to be. So what do you kind of look for with that, with the higher elevation? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's dry. Right? So with that, we're going to dive into the weather a little bit. 35 degrees here is going to feel a hell of a lot different than, say, somewhere 35 degrees with the humidity. Say you're coming from the East Coast, California, 35 degrees and that humidity is going to feel way different, where 35 in this dry climate is going to feel more like a 55 degrees.
Yeah, so. And then the season, so when you're looking at, Evergreen in comparison to Denver, you're going to have a lot more snowfall up here because you are up in the mountains. So you're going to have, more snow during the winter. And then also in the springtime, you're going to start seeing a couple of those big, storms. Down in Denver, we do have that like last storm of May.
We have a few here and there, yeah.
Yeah, but up here in the spring, it's pretty, common to have a couple typical big storms, like 12 to 18 inches in the spring. What was the hottest month here? I think it was July, right?
July was the hottest month here. And so that's another thing with weather to think about is it's always cooler up here as compared to Denver. I'd say you're looking at probably like a 5 to 10 degree difference lower than Denver, just because, you know, you're a little bit lower. You're not as up in the mountains as you are here. So say a 90-degree day up down in Denver, up here it's going to be closer to 80, which is nice to kind of get away. Say you're having those super hot days in Denver and you're like, man, I just want to get somewhere a little bit cooler. Evergreen's definitely a hot spot that a lot of people come just to do that.
Yeah, so during, you know, May to October, you're going to see the 70s, the 80s. July, you're going to see the 90s, which, you know, out down in Denver could be kind of mid 90s, high 90s. We don't typically get to 100, but pretty damn close sometimes. And then, you know, starts to cool back off in those winter seasons where you get to do all the wonderful things. So let's start talking a little bit about, real quick on the weather. You know, people will talk about Evergreen being that winter wonderland. And so we're going to kind of dive into, you know, one of the other things you need to know, which is the activities up here, which is literally what Evergreen is known for. And so we're going to dive into a little bit about, you know, the winter wonderland and kind of things around that. What is there to do up here in Evergreen?
So I mean, there's a big reason. So this is Evergreen Lake right here. And actually, when I was a kid, my parents always brought me up here. We always did the paddle boats. We had friends that lived over here, and so we'd always come down and hang out at the lake. We put a lot of work into it since I was here last, because last time I was here, there was like an abandoned shack over there that I might have been getting in some trouble kind of going into when I was, 12 years old. But
not the last time you were here, but growing up.
No, when I was growing up. No, not the last time. But yeah, like I said, I mean, Evergreen is a ton of activities. So like, during the summertime, springtime, you're looking at hiking, biking. We hiked over here quite a bit with Kingston. We haven't been taken out of yet, but yeah, we always take our dogs just right over here. There's a great trail over here. Super awesome. Do you remember what the name of that trail was?
I don't, but obviously the trail all the way around the lake, and then there's one that goes right up the mountains. There's also the golf course right here off of the lake. There is, so during the winter time, outside of the fishing, you forgot fishing. So there's fishing, even fly fishing.
So we're in like a handicap fishing area right now, which is awesome for, any handicap. You can see these little slots that are down right here, so that we could just pull your wheelchair up and cast out.
They really have thought about everything. It's very intentional here. They do fly fishing down the river because on the other side of the dam, which the dam creates a beautiful waterfall, and then it goes down to the river, which kind of goes through downtown Evergreen, which is beautiful, and people fly fish and everything there. But let's talk about the winter here, because it is truly magical up here. So obviously the lake then turns into the biggest freaking ice rink you could possibly imagine. So they do ice skating and ice hockey, and I'm sure ice fishing, right, at some point in the season.
I'm not too sure. I know Georgetown, they do a lot of ice fishing up there, but I'm not exactly sure about this lake right here. But I did a lot of ice skating when I was here as a kid, and I don't know if you've ever skated on like a real lake compared to an ice rink.
Scary.
Way different. Well, it's way different because it's like you got the it's not as perfect, right? And so sometimes you get that wind too, and you can put your coat out and it just blows you through. So this whole lake turns into an ice rink in the wintertime, which is freaking amazing for sure.
It's gorgeous up here. And then of course they're doing a ton of different things, festivals, and they do ice skating on the lake with fireworks during New Year's, and I mean, it is beautiful up here. If you're planning on coming here just to visit during the holidays, you better be booking like 8 months in advance, because people plan it in advance, and if you wait, there will be nothing up here to reserve, because it's just gorgeous up here.
And so what they just finished doing this, what is it called, the rubber ducky dam race or whatever it is?
Dam duck derby.
Yeah, and so essentially what that is you buy, a numbered duck or whatever it is, and they have a truck that drops it in the lake, and then it goes down the dam and it ends at one of the ends here. And so the numbers, that end up finishing at the end, if that's the number that you purchased before it all started, then obviously you win. So it's super cool.
They have so many. I'll show you right now, that all these different events that go on, around peach season. Oh, we need to talk about that. So real quick, Evergreen is one of the best places to go in the fall time because of the changing colors. And so we have a ton of aspen trees up here that they go through all the things, right? They go from green to orange, yellow. They literally change like 5 different colors. And people come up here in the mid-September, which is also peach season, up by Palisade, and so lots of peaches come down. They have like a little kind of peachy festival here as well. I took a bunch of pictures of the banners. kind of that they're posting for the upcoming events, but they're always doing something down here, and the events is why people come here, because there's always something to do year round. It's so funny too, because you know, down in Denver, my energy's like all high and crazy, and it's like loud, and like just being here, do you not feel like it's just so peaceful?
Relaxing, you know. It's just like you come up here, it's peaceful. I mean, if you go down more into the downtown Evergreen down here, you hear the little creek going through there, and it's such just a different mentality. It's not the busy, crazy mindset that you experience being downtown Denver. So,
but you still have that really active culture.
Oh yeah,
super active culture. You've got the mountain culture here, right? So again, it's kind of cliquey, the mountain culture, but it's because they just take pride in kind of being just close enough to Denver that it's convenient, but still far enough away that you've just kind of got this nice small town feel in the mountains. So, well,
even as we're recording here, like if you guys could see behind you, we already seen a few runners, you know, running this lake. It's just such a great and active lifestyle up here, but at the same time having that calm, just soothing, away from the hecticness of Denver, right?
Okay, so let's talk about the next thing that you need to know before moving to Evergreen, and that is, you know, what is the heart of Evergreen really like? What is its downtown like? Yeah,
and so the thing about Evergreen is like I-70, as you're kind of coming here through I-70, you're not getting off the highway directly into Evergreen. And the first portion of Evergreen that you really go into is more your kind of, I guess you'd call it suburbia area. They call it like a modern mountain house. And that's where you have like a lot of your residential areas. You have some, you know, grocery stores and such. The further in you get, then you kind of get closer to your downtown Evergreen, which is what we're really going to talk about right now. Amazing, guys. I'm sure you saw some of the drone work like kind of at the beginning of this video. I'll pop up some more here soon too, but they have great eats there. They have just great stuff to do. One of those downtowns that you really want to just walk and just really take in the mountain townness of it, right? So
and I think the thing that makes it pretty unique is there are these large old wooden buildings that have multiple businesses within them. So like if you're walking, and it's hilly, right? So you're going upstairs and kind of downstairs, and then you kind of have like a little bit of time on sidewalk, but it's kind of adventurous and I don't know, unique, right? So
for sure, yeah.
So like you'll pass by this really old, big wooden building, and there might be 10 businesses in there, and typically small businesses like consignment stores. You've got some antique shops. Some of the antiques, you know, are really driven towards you know, like the mountain themes where you have like all the bears and the elk and all those really unique things that you know really fit in up here at the houses. And so,
well, it makes me wonder. So I don't know if you guys are similar to me, but I always like look back. What was this like back in the day, right? And so like at the peak of like say the Wild Wild West, was it here? And then what did it look like? How cool was this? And so those buildings, so like totally like replicate that, where they look like something you going down the Wild Wild West, like seeing the buildings on each side. And I wouldn't doubt it if they're still originally from you know the early 1900s, maybe late 1800s as well too. So
and the cool part about it is what side is that with the mountain? So it's built into the mountain for a lot of these buildings.
It's the north side.
The north side. So right above, I'm like, I'll turn around. Usually in Denver I can look for the mountains, and I know my northeast.
Now we're in the mountains.
We're in the mountains. There's mountains all around me. Anyway, so the north side of town, or the heart of Evergreen, is like built into this beautiful rock, and like I mean it goes that way for a long time. And the restaurants, the culture. So let's talk a little bit about some of the restaurants. Like you have a personal experience from one of the restaurants.
Well, so like Little Bear, that was always kind of, as I mentioned, we had friends up here when I was growing up as a kid. Little Bear was always kind of our hangout. It was like a saloon. They always had live bands there. Typical American food, you know, you got hamburgers, pizzas, wings, and all that good stuff. But that's kind of like growing up, we always used to go in there, and my mom was all about listening to live music, so they'd always play some cool music, whether it be like old folk music or maybe some rock cover band music. So, and as we're kind of talking about like the music and stuff that they have at Little Bear, think about what that nightlife is like too. Like all the mountain people coming down and hanging out, everyone kind of knows everyone. Coming back from skiing in the wintertime too, maybe you hit Evergreen on the way back. So I'm sure there's a great nightlife there as well too. I personally haven't experienced just because like my majority of experience was when I was a kid. But maybe it's something that we should come up here and try sometime and check out the nightlife.
I will say, like, being up here, so, you know, it's a Tuesday, and we were just going through, you know, downtown Evergreen, and I passed by Bojo's Pizza, which is delicious. Like, is that everywhere?
Well, they have it in Golden. They got rid of the one in Arvada.
Oh my gosh, it's to die for.
So it's they consider it called mountain pizza, where it's just huge, right? So it's like loaded. You got super thick crust, but it's not like a deep dish. It's more like a thick piece of bread, right? And then you put toppings on top of that, but they call it a mountain pizza. Sometimes they stuff it, but Bojo's is pretty damn good.
And I'm like, okay, I get excited about the salad bar. Because it's
Oh,
such a
they do.
good
That's right. They do have the
salad
buffet salad bar.
I
Yeah.
love the buffet
Yeah.
salad bar. You pay for like the buffet and you get like unlimited salad. So, anyways.
Well, they used to have a pizzeria, I remember all the time, because they had one in Nevada. They closed that one down, unfortunately. But well, north of Nevada. Now they have one in south. Oh, actually, I think that location moved there. Yeah, what am I thinking? Anyways, so they had this thing called a pizzeria, where it's literally like a combination between a pizza and a quesadilla, and it was the best thing ever. It was like a flat bread. It was like a flat. What do you call it? A flat. What am I coming at? No, what's the thing that the. You know what I'm talking
wow.
about?
Nope, got nothing. Oh, comment below
Watch.
if you
Yeah,
know
I
what
was
he's
gonna say
talking
comment
about.
below. It's the. It's right there. You know.
Okay.
You know when we go to the pizza place, you get the cannoli. No.
Oh.
No, it's not cannoli. It's
No, cannoli's the wrapped thing.
shit. If you know what I'm talking about, just comment below. But.
Anyways, and then there's the Maya Cantina, which I just walked by because I was like going.
Calzone.
Oh God, he scared the crap out of me.
What can I get you?
Yeah, I hear you make a mean calzone.
Calzone.
Yeah, calzone. Yeah.
The best.
All right, well, yeah, lay 'em on me. I'll have 3 of them.
Three calzone.
Yeah.
A calzone. It's like a skinny calzone. There you go. All right.
Okay, you feel good? You feel
better.
good.
I feel
Okay.
better.
All right, let's talk about Maya. The Maya Cantina is wonderful. So it's weird. Like right now, it's actually part of the restaurant's closed off. So the way that it works is they have this outdoor area, which was hopping right now. So what is it? About lunchtime. So I don't know if it's hopping
Yeah,
all the time, but
1:30,
it was
yeah.
hopping over there, and it smelled delicious. Actually, I'm kind of hungry. But when you go inside, it's kind of like the bar area on the right-hand side, and on the left-hand side, it's kind of like the more sit-down restaurant. But you know, they are really sitting people outside right now, but great culture,
Yeah.
music playing, you could just tell like that's one of the local hangouts for sure for lunchtime.
for sure. I mean, who doesn't like a cantina? Cantinas are freaking awesome. It's like a mix between your best American food with some Mexican food. Oh man, I love cantinas.
We're kind of American Mexican, I would say.
Yeah,
because we
probably.
go to Mexico a lot and we're like, this isn't
This
Mexican
is-
food.
yeah.
We're like, but it really is Mexican food.
Yeah, you're like,
Like-
no, where's the green chili?
Yeah.
And I know green chili is like a New Mexico, Colorado thing, but every time we go somewhere, we're like, you need
like,
green
we need
chili on
green
this breakfast
chili.
burrito. What the heck? And it's like you go to Florida and they're like, what, you mean verde sauce? Like, no, you need green chili.
Yeah,
all
we're
right?
like, that's not green chili. Okay, anyways. So yeah, the restaurant, the culture down here, awesome. Small little, family owned and small local stores all together.
Yeah.
There was even a food truck that I passed by that's kind of right on the other side of the dam, which is where a lot of people come to see the beautiful waterfall. There's like this nice little food truck there that a bunch of people were sitting at. Did you
Oh,
see
yeah.
that when we were there?
No, I didn't see it. No.
And it was cute because I was walking down the stairs and just like, it's just very unique here,
Yeah.
but so beautiful, so calm. Like, I don't know, we need to just stop talking for a second so that everyone can hear how ridiculously, beautifully calm it is
We'll just
here.
let you take a view of the lake. We'll
Yeah,
just
here we go. Ready?
take it in. Need some Kenny G.
So I don't know if you can see, scoot over, let me see. Over here, and I don't even know if my finger's in the take here, but right on the other side of this lake is where the dam and the waterfall is, which lead right into town, and you can't even hear it. And we're just, right a short distance away from it. So
Yeah.
no matter where you go in Evergreen, even with a little bit of the busyness in the heart of Evergreen, it's
Yeah.
still ridiculously peaceful up here.
Yep.
It makes me want to come back. Like, we do not come here
Well,
enough.
we need to come up here more in the Christmas time, I
Yes,
think. Because
I
we
agree.
love that like mountain town Christmas feel where the snow's falling, everything's super quiet because all the snow and
I mean, my
yeah.
dream really is to just have a place like in Evergreen where you could just disappear for Christmas and just be able to walk down to all
Yeah.
the festivities because it is so lovely.
Yeah, it is.
It's funny. I don't know if you can see the paddle boards at the back, but Peter is like one of our first like real dates, I think, when you took me up here to do the paddle boards.
we rode up on the
Or
motorcycle.
not paddle boards, paddle boats.
Paddle boats, yeah. But
Yeah.
we rode up on the motorcycle, and we talk about that weather, that temperature difference, right? Well, when
Yeah.
you're going up in the motorcycle, you seriously feel it. Where you're rolling, you're going in just to the base of the mountains, and as you start going up, you're like, oh man, it's getting kind of chilly out. Because I mean, you could definitely feel it when you're going when you're going on the motorcycle.
He was going to say that fast. So the other thing too is when we first got up here, guys, it was 70 degrees out. It was like 69, 70. I was in this lovely jacket because I love fall. Can't wait to show you the fall season.
Still summer.
Like, I've got my boots on trying to manifest fall to come. But
I know this because my birthday is usually always the first day of fall. So I'm like, nope. Then after my birthday, you can celebrate fall.
You're a
but
hypocrite
still
though. We
summer.
totally had a pumpkin cold brew.
Well, because they're just amazing. Who doesn't like a pumpkin cream nitro
cold brew.
deliciousness?
We're black coffee drinkers, so when we order it, we feel very foo-foo. So tell me what your favorite
you gotta
drink
drink
is.
it with your pinky out.
Are you guys Starbucksers? Tell us your favorite drink down below, because we sometimes venture out during certain seasons outside of our black coffee. But anyways, I was wearing a full jacket when I got up here. I am sweating. There's people in shorts, so it can change like that. And now the sun is peeking through. It is absolutely, what do you think it is, like 75 now?
I can tell you.
Can you?
Tell you. Oh, 73.
Oh, it's close. Why does it feel so much hotter? Just the sun beating down, I guess. But anyways, right behind you is the club for the golf course. I mean, if you haven't been up here, you need to. And of course, the housing. Let's talk just a little bit about the housing.
Yeah, we can talk about the housing a little bit. So the median price point in Evergreen right now is right around $800,000, right? And so it's definitely up there. We're going to do a cost of living video. Check out for that one soon after this one. But it's higher than the Colorado. Like I said, before this city, the city that has the highest price point is Boulder. This is about 100,000 below. Actually, it was probably about 150 if I remember correctly. I think Boulder was 950. But anyways, you're looking at about a $800,000 median price point. A lot of the houses are in the mountains, so it's like it's not your typical suburbia that you think of. These houses are seriously on a freaking hill, like super. Like I was just showing a client like what was it, last month? Yeah. And it was crazy because like you look out the backyard and it's like, whoa, it's just a steep incline straight up. And so your houses are like really built into the mountains. It's that true mountain feel when you kind of have a house here.
But you have the land here. Like you're not gonna find much housing without the land, unless it's the new condo stuff. But like in this part of it, right outside, what do you say? Probably just like a mile or so. I mean, you can see some of the houses in the distance here, but you know, you have your land, you have all of the mountain stuff that people look at. So what it looks like to have a family here. Obviously, we need to talk about the schools.
Yeah, the schools.
So the schools, what was it?
It's Jefferson. The school system is Jefferson County R-1, and this is a little tricky because if you decide to Google or anything like that when you see Jefferson County R-1, it's going to bring up Golden, Colorado.
Right.
Evergreen is the outskirts of it. It's the R1 outside of Golden, because Golden's just on the bottom of the mountain below Evergreen for the most part. And Evergreen kind of outdid everyone in regards to schools. Like everything we're looking up was like A+, 10 out of 10. It was just insane.
Yeah, so I wrote some stuff down for you, and I did have to look it up because we want to make sure we always get you guys the most updated details when it comes to schools, because things are forever changing. But okay, so Evergreen High School was a 10 out of 10. Now these ratings, let me tell you the score.
Okay.
I know, but I gotta read the thing. I don't know it off the top of my head. So publicschoolreview.com. That's kind of what we're going from, because usually we use niche, but it's kind of hard with Evergreen because
niche is hard because they do it by your school district, right? And so we want to know the city itself. So yeah, so okay, so the top thing, so Evergreen High School, 10 out of 10. Okay, so this means that it is in the top 1% as far as the schools in Colorado. So this is rating all of Colorado. Okay, the middle school here, Evergreen Middle School, same thing, 10 out of 10. And then the elementary school here, which is it's not Evergreen, it's WILMOT. WILMOT Elementary is a 9 out of 10, so top 10%. So really awesome schools. Now, I will tell you, on the grading score, it also goes into diversity. Not very diverse here. I mean, it's just, I feel like if we're going to talk about schools, we need to tell you about it. It's not very diverse here, but they are some of the top schools in Colorado in Evergreen. Is it gonna rain on us now? We're getting rained on.
Gosh.
Got this little sunshine rain happening.
Beautiful cloudy, now hot sunny. Now we're getting a little bit of rain drizzle.
It heard us complaining about the weather and wants to cool us off.
You're hot? Okay. What is the housing gonna look like? What are the activities and the downtown and the traffic and then also the schools? What is it gonna look like as your kids grow up into the school system here? So I think you're in pretty good hands when it comes to the schools here.
Oh, the schools are great here for sure.
Yeah, and I think they had about 5 private schools, a charter school, so still some options outside of public.
What was the ratio that you read on the private schools? It's
5 to 1. 5 to 1. It was only
for a teacher to student. Yeah,
it was only, so the 5 I'm going to see if I can remember all my facts here. The 5 public schools here were serving only about like 370 children. So they must be a little smaller, and then the ratio, and the ratio.
You figure with the mountain town, you can't line your you can't line up your houses like you do in your typical suburbia, right? So you've got let's say a house per half acre. Some of them, of course, a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but your houses are just a lot more spread out. Less people, less kids.
Yeah.
So,
and the public schools, I think it was like 3,000 or something. So
Yeah.
obviously not as much population to serve here, but there are still really great options.
Yeah, yep.
So
all right, sounds good, guys. Well, until next time.
yeah, and if there's anything that you guys want us to look into, this video was actually requested of us, which thank you very much, because we love getting up here and going
Yeah.
to places we haven't been in a while. This is a place that's actually a place that we love, and so
Yeah.
being able to come back up here and bring this to you was really important to us, and we really appreciate you asking. If there's any other places that you guys are interested in, please let us know. We don't mind making the drive up here to show you what it's really like. We do these videos for you.
All right, guys. Until next time, we love you.
Bye.
Bye. Colorado Real Estate Family Pete, Chelsea Sweeney.
If you guys haven't done so already, go ahead and get Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Ooh, how'd it get so hot? Hold on, I gotta sneeze.